Hi, book club members. I'm Jen.
And I'm Carrie.
And this is Warhammer 40k Book Club, where we redact from a crag. Every now and then, Carrie and I, being totally human, miss or forget a detail from a previous book, and we subsequently go on a rant about it. But the good news is that we have all of you keen-eyed viewers to remind us when we did forget that detail. And so we are here to acknowledge that, yes, a large portion of our recent podcast, we both went on a total rant because we forgot a thing. Carrie,
Yeah,
do you like this redaction?
yeah. So first I want to thank Darkgaz 52 for pointing this out, and especially for being so polite about it. It's always nice when we get called out for things that we did wrong, but no names were called or anything like that. So we greatly appreciate it. I actually ran upstairs immediately as soon as I saw this, pulled out my book, and I was like, nah, that didn't happen. Ah, son of a bitch. It did. Okay, so, yes, like Jen said, we are not above it. We are not above admitting when we're wrong. We were totally wrong about this. It happens. Forgot a detail about the book. And yeah, we kind of went off about it. And for that, we apologize. We apologize for going off about something that we were wrong about. So it turns out that, yes, Katla was brought back to life at the very end. That may have actually been when I threw the book across the room, to be totally fair. And
I kind of remember raging at the end of that book, and I don't really remember why. And I think that might have been it.
We just memory hold
that's
it.
heresy, Carl.
Yeah, so, and we just, I guess it just didn't click with us that Erastus and Astrid were on the other side of the rift, because I just remember her taking his hand and say, where do we begin? And I just went off of that, like, oh, here's, how they're moving their dynasties forward. Completely wrong. So it happens when I hate something and I gloss through it. It happens. We've all done it. And I'm sorry. It wasn't very fair of either one of us. And we admit that. That said, though, we don't take back our opinions about this book at all. We still did not like it. There were still plenty of other plot inconsistencies, such as, where was Katla born? Fenris or on a ship? That gets actually, moved around a couple of times. That's exactly.
Both, actually.
Right. And also, as Jen said, that's heresy, yo. That actually makes me like this character even less. As much of a Space Wolves fanboys as they are, even the Space Wolves don't like this.
And that's one of the things that I don't like about that. That actually makes me a little grumpier about the character, because I do think that that's pick a lane. Either necromancy is totally fine or necromancy is bad, okay? I feel as though the Space Wolves in particular would take a very hard-nosed approach to necromancy. Actually, I think most people would.
Yeah.
In this case. And that's actually one of the things that made, what do you call it? It made, oh my gosh, what is her name? Sabbath Thiel, the Inquisitor. It made her somewhat interesting because she's basically been brought to life through questionable means. And, what is her name? The Saint.
Oh,
I'm looking for the copy of my book right now.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, the Saint.
Yes, not Celestine,
no.
the other one. But
the one that was with hanging out with Eldar for so long, so they hate her.
That's the one, but also the fact that she's been brought back by some questionable means. Like they're like pick a lane on necromancy, right? And so again, okay, she's brought back to life, but again, remember what her wound was, and remember that she was dead. This actually makes me a little angrier about the character, because now I'm supposed to buy that this character is like a super good, super awesome character who just wants to help the Imperium. I guess maybe that is true, but technically she's a lich, because liches are royalty. And she may have noticed she's a queen.
Oh, right. She is a queen.
She's a queen. I don't think she ever mentioned that ever. That was an unfair point to dislike the book on. But as Carrie said, there was a lot of stuff in this book that really, and I think really the core complaint about this character is that we don't like this character. And I think that plot point. So on one hand, thank you for pointing that out, because yes, you're absolutely correct. But on the other hand, I'm kind of mad that you pointed that out, because now I have a different reason to hate her.
Right.
Sorry that out there. But it was unfair. It was
Yeah.
unfair to. Now I have to think of a new variable line for that since she is not DED dead, although technically she is, and she's just been brought back to life. She's now UNDED.
At least I can keep mine because it was still long and overly padded.
Very much so. Yeah, but let it not be said that we don't acknowledge when we totally lose the plot there, which.
And that just honestly, what kind of makes me laugh is that sometimes one of us misses a plot point or forgets something, but it's very rarely both of us. So
We both did.
that tends to me that we hated this so much that we both just just black hole things.
Which that's so I would actually say that very rarely do you and I both fall into the pit of despair like that. So, whoops.
Whoopsie.
Sorry guys for that. Everything else still stands though. And she did still die and was brought back to life. And God, that's a whole other thing that we don't have time to rant about today, and I'm not gonna waste everybody's time, but go back, take all of my rants and just put undead in there. Wraith, Lich, necromancy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess now today we learned that in addition to being able to use the warp, the Gothi also know how to raise a family.
I like how you say necromancy, I say necromancy.
That's fine.
Potato, tomato.
Tomato. Let's call the whole thing off. Just
right.
like this book.
Yeah. So again, we're sorry, but thank you.
Thank you guys so much.